Hello guys, it's me Kaluchi back with a new video, and today I'll be talking about what champion you should main. It might be hard to pick a champion to main for yourself because there are over 130 champions at this moment, so picking one, it's a pretty hard choice, even if I say so myself. I found my main back in season 2, and ever since then it's my main. It's my most played champion every season. By the way, if you guys don't know, it's Ezreal, of course. So today we'll try and find out which champion is best for you. So obviously if you didn't pick a lane already, try to pick a lane first. I'll be not going into detail to which lane you should pick and then which role. As you all know, I'm only an AD carry channel, so I'll be talking about AD carries only. So yeah, let's get started. So I've divided this video into three parts of AD carries and three subjects. Okay, so we'll talk about a few topics as shown in the screen right now. So first thing you want to know is what kind of player you are yourself. So let's say you're an aggressive player, then you might want to pick another champion. If you're a passive player, other champion suits you better. So ask yourself the following question: do I like to go all in, or do I like to be a part of the team that's just there dealing damage, which is perfectly fine because AD carry in the end needs to do as much damage as possible, and if you're the backline, it's completely fine. Different champions fulfill different roles, so yeah, first think of that, and then there's the fun factor. So then there's the fun factor. How much fun does this champion give you while playing it? If you don't have any fun playing a champion, you should definitely not main it, because in the end of the day you'll just hate that champion and you'll perform even worse. Also there's the satisfaction factor. Besides the fun factor, does it satisfy you after a game? And not only did you have fun, but did it also give you a feel of satisfaction, like I did something good this game, or my teammates were happy about me, I won the game, I actually gained some LP, all that sort of stuff. So these are all types of things you need to keep in mind. So let's move on to the AD carries and talk a little bit about them. So I've split the AD carries up in 3 parts. So the first part are the hyper carries and the burst AD carries, and then there's the utility AD carry. So hyper carries, as you all know, are the late game beasts that will melt any tank and deal the most amount of DPS normally. Then there's the burst AD carries, who can deal a lot of damage in a short period of time. And then we have the utility AD carries, and those are there to help the team. So they are not just there to deal damage, to burst people down, but they bring something more to the table, like CC most of the time. Utility, CC, or some speed up buffs, or however you want to call it. So let's start with the hyper carries. So you can see all the AD carries that I will mention right now on the screen that are hyper carries in my opinion. So there's Xayah, Caitlyn, Jinx, Tristana, Twitch, Vayne, Kog'Maw, and then there's a special kind of champion for special players, and that's Draven. He's also part of the hyper carry selection. So let's first talk about hyper carry. So if you're the type of AD carry that likes to deal a lot of damage and really like to have those crazy mechanical skills that you see in montages, like those crazy Vayne plays or Xayah, Jinx, whatever it is, then the hyper carry is for you. It will deal most of the time most damage in the game and probably have a lot of kills as well. Those are the pros, but there are also cons. For example, like these hyper carries, if you really want to be able to have any benefit from them, you need to be really good, because you need to kite a lot, and if you don't know how to really kite or to deal the most damage as possible, these might not be as effective as they can be. So let's say you are Vayne and you don't really know how to properly play Vayne. Chances are high that you're not gonna win that game, unless you're gonna get carried, of course. Same goes for whatever it is, Xayah. Well, Caitlyn is one of the easiest champions, so Caitlyn, you would be fine with her. But let's say Kog'Maw, especially Kog'Maw or Draven, those are really hard champions, and if you can't play them mechanically well, you won't be able to get the most out of it. yeah, I think I've talked enough about hyper carries, so let's go and move on to the burst AD carries, my favorite type of AD carries. So there is Ezreal, the king of burst AD carries. You have Misfortune, Corki, and I've put Lucian in here as well. You could put in Varus or Jhin, but I've saved those for a different subject. So as we all know, Ezreal has some sick poke and some sick burst. If you get your ultimate or EQW off on an enemy champion who's a little bit squishy, it's most likely to die. So that's very good, but if you're against tanks, you might have more trouble than you actually think. And the hyper carry can melt through tanks. They got the items, but the burst AD carry, it usually takes a lot longer for them to kill a tank. Then there's Misfortune, sick ultimate that can melt 5 enemies, but then again, if she gets interrupted, she's completely useless. There's Corki, who's not doing so well at this meta, but we all know Corki from the past seasons. He's been very strong in mid lane and in bottom lane as well. And then there's Lucian. Lucian is also a champion that either does very well in the meta or not so good. I do like Lucian a lot, but right now I can't really play him. And for Lucian also you need to be on a higher level of mechanical skills to be able to benefit well from it. So then we move on to the utility AD carries. Those are AD carries who bring something more to the team than just damage or burst. Those are Ashe, Varus, Jhin, Sivir, and Kalista. So Ashe brings obviously a huge ass stun with her ultimate. You can pick people off and your team can collapse on that person. Very good for 5-med pre-made teams. Same goes for Varus. He has an ultimate that can stun 1 people and then snare the rest. Jhin is very good for catching people from a long distance, like a really sniperish type of champion. He has his ultimate that can slow people for, he has 4 shots, for, let's say about 4 seconds. That's huge. That's a huge slow if you can get all 4 hits. We have Sivir, who can pretty much boost the team, give them all steroids and go in. And we have Kalista, who can throw in their support into the enemy team for some knock-up and CC. So when picking one of these champions, I'd say look at all of them. I've played, I think, every champion in here, but except for one champion that I did not play, and that's really for, let's say it like this: if you're a little bitch, go play Twitch, especially go play him in the jungle. Otherwise, all the AD carries are fine by me. If you're really good with mechanical skills, go play Draven or Vayne or Kalista. Those are really good at outplaying other enemies. Anyways, I've talked too much already and I don't want this video to be a 20-minute video, so I'll be ending it here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I see you next time.